Hello, and welcome to Uncovered, the podcast with your host, Jason Irving. Join me in a journey to understand what's truly happening in your world and the world around you. This is not about how you're living life on the surface, it's about what's truly driving you from under the covers. I'm going to take you on a journey to deeply uncover the reason why you are here, the ultimate purpose in your problems, and the way that they have shaped your life up until now. See, I believe you have a purpose, and your problems are the highway towards ultimate realization of that journey towards freedom and the reconnection of your true self. I've been told I have a different spin on most things, and I'll be giving you my understanding of life, love, and what we're all here for, purpose. To get the best out of this podcast, drop what you already know so you can discover what's beyond you. So join me, let's play this game of life and bring on liberation, transformation, and change. Let's do this. Hey guys, welcome to Uncovered. I'm really excited to share this amazing man, Dave, to Uncovered. Welcome, mate.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no worries. So look, I'd love to have a bit of a chat about sort of what you're creating this year. You've been doing it
Yeah.
for the last 4 years now. What are you doing at the end of the year?
I've always felt called to walk a personal growth, self-discovery path. And so basically, I've built a personal growth event for Australia, and just in front of the whole nation. And I feel it's very beneficial so people can come receive wisdom, self-awareness, and leadership skills for like any of the life challenges that we face. So everything that you see going on in the world. So we have different themes and speakers for spirituality, personal growth, women's empowerment, mental health and well-being. And now we've got a new parenting theme called Raising Resilient Kids, which Jason stepped into, and we're really appreciated for him stepping into that role as well, because we feel that raising resilient kids is important in life, so we can all thrive.
So where's your background? Like where did this all come from? Like originally where you had this sort of calling to, do something that was going to make a difference.
It's always really been coming through me from a very young age. Basically, so my mum had cancer when I was a child. Age 9, I started fundraising for the Cancer Council, and we did that for 20 years. And I still remember my very first event going to Relay for Life at their AIS athletics track. And I seen an army man run like 50 kilometers non-stop around the track. And I was only like a 9-year-old kid, but I thought that that was just totally inspiring. And then still when I was younger, my parents were really good to me. They both took us all around the countryside, exposed us to a lot of different sports, and whatever I was like consistent and persisted with, I really started to excel with. So I still always had the interest of health and well-being. Naturally, I was passionate about my sports. And then through my teenage years, you know, I was getting like Sports Star of the Month awards at Yass High. I'd go up on stage, receive the awards, and I'm like, well, this kind of keeps happening in my life. So I had the aspirations to like represent Australia in sport, meet other people from different life areas and bring them back to the
What
school.
sport?
Like all different sports.
You
But
can pretty much do anything. That's
yeah,
not fair.
well, by I was like 15, I was already representing New South Wales in like 4 or 5 sports, like swimming, cross country, athletics, touch football. So that was all naturally happening, but I'd never represented like Australia. So I had that aspiration to do that, meet other people from different life areas. We bring them back and we take over the school. And I did that 15 years later. We run a whole school day for whole of life skills. So because I did like also the charity fundraising with mum and I was seeing the adults in the community through those teenage years, that really inspired me for contribution. And then as I got older, I began to question things. It's like, why am I keep on raising money? Things aren't really getting better in society. So then I really took left the island of what I knew. I stopped fundraising for charities and I took on like an identity of a philanthropist. And then I started funding my own programs for schools, jails, and now personal growth for Australia. And that's just kind of like been birthed through me. And I feel it's like now if people have been sincere in Australia, they'll come, you know, gather this self-mastery and start applying it in their own lives.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the most important
Yeah.
things around personal development. I think people quite often gather information, don't
Mm.
they? But they don't implement information
Yeah.
that they're gathering. So you've been doing this event for the last 4 years? Is that correct?
Yeah. This is my fourth attempt at unfolding the personal growth event for Australia. So I've
Yeah.
moved on from just running school days. If
Hmm.
schools are sincere, they'll come to me, we'll put the day on. And yeah, this is my fourth attempt at personal growth for Australia. It's one day a year. And it's like if people, adults in Australia are sincere, it's one day a year. And we throw down like all the wisdom we've got in front of like the whole nation. And I just really want to expose people to that instead, because you got to, like, as I said, I stopped raising money for like charity. It's not that that's wrong, but you got to step away from the known, journey into the unknown for the greater personal growth, our self-discovery, and the expansion of our potential. So that's what I did.
Yeah, okay. So this year, um, what is the goal for this year? Do you have a theme that you're sort of wanting to create in each of the events that you run? Is it what's this year entail?
Yeah, so well, last year we had the theme "What's your true nature?" and
Okay.
bringing people into the awareness of their true nature, that you're not just this personality. You have a body, you're not the body. You have a mind, you're not the mind. And like most people in society, they don't really have that awareness yet, let alone embodiment, and bring them into the that we are the eternal life energy as our true nature. So that was last year's theme, but this year's theme is like, as I said to Anya, who's doing the women's empowerment, is become more fully ourselves. That we're really opening up to life and exploring these different aspects of ourself, and to not be fearful of the unknown, because in the unknown we discover more and more about ourselves, and we
Yeah.
become friends with the unknown. Yeah,
Yeah, and I think this is one of the most frightening things, isn't it?
yeah,
Like, every time you do something new, there's a whole bunch of things that go wrong,
yep,
right? And that's one of the things that I know and you know really, really
yeah,
well. Like you try
yeah,
something, you go, okay, that didn't work. Okay, that didn't work. That didn't work. And sometimes you just want to give up.
yeah,
Right? And it really takes a lot of effort to actually just go, you know what, I'm going to not give up. I'm going to keep going and just keep trying to push to where I want to go as
yeah.
opposed to what's holding me back. So what stops you from giving up?
Well, I feel I'm just trusting my path, and remembering that we also are the path. And yeah, well, yeah, we just want, I feel now we just, in the last couple of years, it's now I'm just to live as a soul, and not a story anymore, and to definitely not take things personally. Like, not everything goes according to plan. Our
No.
relationships change, the world changes. Um, so yeah, and I want to truly see if I can live to and beyond 100 years old.
Oh,
And so then how do I need to not only be thinking, but living? What habits do I need to have? What's my day-to-day, moment-to-moment state of being?
yeah.
And we can create. Well, now I encourage people to create and bring heaven on earth through our state of being and the way we live. And I feel that that's now uh, my sole mission, to encourage people to create heaven on earth, no matter what you see going on in the world of appearances, or what may be happening out there, or what has happened in human history, that we create heaven on earth. And my highest expression is just everybody wins, and we're living in oneness. Yeah.
So that's one of those ideals,
Yeah.
right? And for listeners who are listening to this right now, you could look at Dave and go, fuck, he is full of crap. But at the end of the day, one of the things that you have to do is you have to chase something that's not fathomable in the
Yeah,
human psyche. Like,
yeah,
it takes a lot of people to actually chase a dream where everyone else is saying it's not possible.
yeah,
Right. And I think this is really important, listeners, because like, Einstein had a dream. All these people have a dream to do something, but it's only the ones who sound crazy actually
yeah,
get the dream actually accomplished.
yeah.
Right?
Exactly what you're saying. Like my family laugh at me all the time. But again, most people in the world, they don't really have a self-care practice. They're not
Mm,
actually engaging in personal growth. So we're living in like a different paradigm to what other people, the
mm,
paradigms people are living in the world. So my own family make fun of me, but they're not engaging these practices, these rituals. They're not living this lifestyle intentionally
mm.
every day. And yeah, and that's the benefit of having this event in front of Australia because we are revealing and reflecting back to all people in Australia now what's possible. And if they step out of these social groups, not that it's wrong, then you're going to receive different awareness, uh, wisdom, and skills. And when you apply that in your life, you're going to have a different life reality. So
Yeah.
we're the creator of our life realities. So create a reality that you prefer. And if there is pain, struggle, and suffering, that's also the messages to tell us that we're out of alignment
Yeah.
with unconditional love, oneness. Yeah.
So you've got like a body that's built like a brick. Yeah. What do you do with your health? Like you're strong as an
Yeah.
ox. You look so healthy, Dave. Like
Yeah.
what is your practice that you do for yourself? I know you play footy
Yeah.
and you play a team sport and what else do you do
Yeah.
that keeps you healthy and well?
So I always grew up playing sports. I've really played sports, really from, 6 years of age. As I said, my parents were very good to me. Both parents took us around playing all kinds of sports. Um, and yeah, so when I got older, I started playing more the rugby league, and then I started doing the gym and the weights like that. And that's the path that I took because I had the aspiration to like, get on the cover of Men's Health to then it's like, how do you create that transformation and then, share and teach that with others? So that was the purpose of also becoming Australian champion is because then I'd have mastery of the body transformation. So
Mhm.
it started out with the physical, right? And
Yeah.
because obviously you want to have, when you're young, a teenager, you want to have girls around you and stuff like that, right? So that's maybe when the teenage years, that's kind of uh, some of the motivations. But as you get older, you're thinking vitality, the strength, live a long life to try and live to 100. So it started with the body transformation,
Yeah.
mastery of the body, represent Australia, and I could teach people to have the body transformation. Then through my, mid 20s, it was, the mental mindset, emotional awareness, and the spirituality that was always calling me, even through my teenage years. So then you read the books for the wisdom and stuff like that as well, and
Mm.
make the mental shifts, not just the body shifts. Yeah, and I feel like although people in the messaging we kind of get in society is intellectually, most people know exercise would be good for you, and also, you know, good, good natural sources of nutrition would be beneficial. But also, I feel one of the missing things that's not really mentioned for our vitality is our consciousness and our self-awareness, just our state of being
Mm.
moment to moment throughout our life. And if your consciousness is, yes, we should do the rituals, the self-care practice, but our moment to moment consciousness, and that's why it's beneficial to remember that we can create heaven on earth. So we're not living in a survival lack mentality of how we see in the world. We're not living these survival patterns. No matter what's going on, we can still just live as heaven on earth. And
Yeah.
to remember that, and that's how we'll have the vitality, I feel, to live beyond 100.
Yeah. Well, they say in science that our bodies should be living till we're 120.
Yeah, yeah,
right? But the thing is, I know there's one island off Japan that actually the average age there is over 100.
Yeah,
And it's the way that they live,
yeah,
right? They've got to focus on health and well-being.
mm,
You get people over 100 years old still working in the fields. Now,
mm,
that's not something you would even consider in Australia
mm.
because we actually don't think, health and well-being as our forerunner, and we've got to learn how to do that. So, with some of the things that people are sharing at this event this year.
Mm.
Um, how do you feel that that's going to make an impact for people going away from the event?
Well, I feel that we're all just sharing, all the presenters and the themes. The purpose is to, throw down what we've all really got in front of everyone in Australia and bring people into these awarenesses and show and teach some of the rituals, the practices that we do, and the mindset shifts, and then people can apply that into their lives because as I said, most people in society, they don't even have a genuine self-care practice. They're not actually investing in their personal growth. And with all the different life challenges that we're able to, overcome, or the different karma that we're aware of how to live beyond, we're revealing and showing other people what's possible. But the people in Australia need to be sincere and choose it to actually come to the event and be an active participant. So if you don't have you know, the day-to-day environments that people are hanging out with and friends and family, it's not that people are bad or good or wrong, right? But you're going to be gathering different um, information that you can apply in your life.
Yeah.
Very different information. Like, again, it's not that charities and fundraising is wrong. I grew up doing that for 20 years, but there's no point just continuing to repeat old, outworn social conventions as well.
So here's a question for you, Dave. Like,
Mm,
someone comes to your event,
mm,
right? And they hear some inspiring information,
yeah,
but they don't know what to do with it.
yeah,
Where do they go with next? Because sometimes we get something, we go, wow, that's amazing.
yeah,
And this is why I have our ecosystem to
mhm,
help people, do the how part of it.
yeah,
How does someone sort of let's say, get help from you, or,
yeah,
get some help after the event as
yeah.
opposed to the event itself as well?
Yeah, so perfect. And that's the purpose of the event. So each presenter and the people who come from Australia to the event get exposed to all the presenters and the different life themes, but then they can also receive individual coaching of what they may need
Mhm.
after the event. Then they can choose to go on a transformational coaching journey with any of the presenters from what they. So I guess we build it in front of Australia and people receive what they need to receive from who they need to receive it. Health and well-being, mental health, spirituality, personal growth, business growth, women's empowerment. If you need that, if that's calling to you from the event and you resonate and would like to go through a transformational journey with any of the presenters, that's available to everybody.
Do you know how rare you are?
Uh, I don't know.
Well, I'm going to give you a really important tip. Like, you're bringing people along in a very humanitarian way, Dave. Like, most people go, this is my event, these are my people, but you're very welcome to speak at it. But you're not
Yeah,
allowed to pitch. You're not allowed to share anything.
yeah.
And I hear this all the time with people, you're not allowed to actually let people know that you do stuff. That's not allowed, but you're actually giving people
Oh,
permission to actually go,
I,
hey, these are people here that can help you. And
yeah.
that is really not normal.
Oh, I thought,
No, no,
well,
no.
that's that's the purpose.
Yeah, but it's not normal. Because I see this a lot in the helping industry.
Yeah,
It's just like, I brought these people along, they're my people. Your job is to share your stuff, but please don't pitch because they're my people. That's
Oh.
what people do. Right. And so I've gone to events where they're very stringent on anything
You're
that you're
right.
not allowed to say, hey, I do this. And by the way, here's this thing you could do, and here's this thing
Yeah.
that you could do. This is very, very abnormal, Dave.
Uh,
But it's good.
yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just this is what I want to envisage with you guys who are listening right now is that most people who are doing personal development want to own the people and make sure that the information like you're creating the event so the natural thing is buy me but don't buy anyone else
No, you're
that,
encouraged
yeah
to
but that's
receive
what
what you
people do,
need.
Dave,
Yeah.
right? And so this
Yeah.
is um a really really different way of approaching which is really really special because you're actually providing an important part for people to come along and say hey, if someone needs empowerment or someone needs stuff for kids or someone needs stuff for business, go and catch up with these people because they can give you a hand.
Yeah.
Now, I was always like that when I was a therapist. I'd send the people to naturopaths, physios. I had my team, right? And I had my team of people that would be able to help people that I didn't think I could help.
Yeah.
And because the thing that's really important around, helping people is that we don't all have the answer,
Yeah.
right? So having a type of person like yourself, Dave, who's willing to be openly sharing
Yeah.
and deeply caring is what this world really needs. Because I
Yeah.
think this is really missing in personal development,
Yeah.
because people are trying to, make a living, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the challenge is making sure that, for you, you're making a living doing what you're doing and everyone else is, and that we're actually providing something that's actually going to help the people.
Yeah.
So I don't understand this thing called competition, and I guess you don't understand it either.
No,
That it shouldn't be about that, should it?
no, no. Like health, if it's for self-transcendence, that's about it. But not. I feel it's just yeah, humility. Right? It's people would they resonate with someone else, and um, everyone's got different masterful in different life areas, and
Mm.
I feel this is the benefit of having this like smack bang in front of Australia. It's like this is we're building the new in front of the old paradigms people are living in.
Yeah,
And people of Australia can receive what they need to receive from who they may need to receive it from.
yeah, I love
And it's
that.
up to them to come and receive that. So people have the choice. It's now and now if you're in Australia, you're just not being manipulated by commercial advertising. So you got the choice to heal, grow, and transform, or you're saying I don't want to heal, grow, and transform, and that's unconditional love. That's your free will,
Yeah,
which is, I don't like. I've had a lot of passion for this for a long time, and you care about people. You don't want to see people living in pain and struggle and suffering with patterns that we now know how to live beyond.
yeah,
But again, we can only change ourselves, no matter what you see going on in the world. And I feel that no matter just because you see all the worldly conflicts and warring, you don't have to engage with that anymore. You can
mm,
move from you can move from those places and you create your heaven on earth and your paradise. Um, and I feel that's the paradigm of the old world. And there's, you could say there's 8 billion people living on the planet. There's all these different realities. Do you want to live in the old world of, struggle, lack, suffering, or do you want to live as more and more heaven on earth? And that's the path. Well, not just the path. We are that, and living that way and co-creating. There's enough good to go around in this environment, and yeah, that's people having abundance and freedom and well-being in all areas of our lives, and we're just expanding.
Yeah, I love that. And I think that's the thing I think that we need to learn to start trusting that there's opportunities and there is enough for everyone to go around.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a therapist and they put statistics around the number of people that you could see as a therapist, for
Mm,
example, right? And really, to be fully booked out as a therapist in Canberra, let's say,
mm,
you only needed to see 200 people. And then there's how many? There's 400,000 people in Canberra.
yeah.
So why shouldn't every therapist be booked out? Because people need help,
Yeah.
right? So you don't have any competition. That didn't exist.
Yeah.
I never understood this thing that said, hang on, that person is, you have to be mindful that person could take your clients or
Yeah.
take your clients away. Because when I started, I was told who my competition was when I was working in
Mm,
Deakin, sorry, in Kingston, in Canberra, and I sent everyone to my competition
mm.
and they all became my allies. It's called allied health professionals
Yeah.
for a reason. Allied, right? Listeners, think about it this way. So I think one of the things that what you're bringing to the table, Dave, is
Yeah.
affluence and opportunity and
Yeah.
abundance for people to chase what they want and focus on what they want rather than worrying about what they're not going to have and thinking that someone else might take it from you.
Yeah. I think that's where we've all got to question, like every human in the world needs to question their belief systems, right?
Mm.
Of that's their beliefs in lack, because abundance is what's really real, but you can have an abundance in lack.
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
A lack abundant.
And the same with confidence, right? But
Mm.
you're trusting you're not confident, or you're trusting you lack trust.
Yeah.
That's the paradox.
Yeah, it is. And so we've got to figure it
And
out.
you got like you cat like myself as well. It's about catching ourselves and remembering that,
Yeah.
and then laughing at ourselves.
Yeah. Because look, at the end of the day, it's like,
Yeah.
we can be really stressful in life because everything is can be come up against us, or
Mm,
we've just got to come and push up against the world when
mm,
it actually feels like it's trying to push us down.
yeah,
And I think, from all like, creating an event,
mm,
especially when like I usually create events where I don't have to have other people involved so much,
yeah.
right? So it means I don't have to worry about people, dropping out
Yeah.
or
I
that
thought
sort
it
of
would have
thing.
been easier, but this is like the way
Yeah.
I like to do
But
it.
it's cool that you
Yeah,
do that
yeah,
because you have to deal with other
yeah.
people,
Mm,
whereas I've sort of gone and created my ecosystem with people that I know will show up. What happens
mm.
when people just go, you put your marketing out there and then they disappear?
But for me,
Yeah.
oh,
How do you handle that from?
I've kind of now, because I've always been passionate, and naturally I've wanted to marketing, sales, business acumen. There are things that I'm still just learning in social media. They've really been my weaknesses over the last, really the whole time I've been running Everybody Wins, to be honest.
Mm,
But it's also um my joy, it's my passion, so that's why I act on it. And I
yeah,
always just trust the process. And with the failure and with the rejection, like I don't again, it's always there teaching us something.
yeah,
Everything that happens is there to benefit us when we know how to look at it as a gift. All the events are gifts. There's
yeah,
always wisdom there. And again, I've had presenters pull out in this recent event. That's actually the first time that's really happened, but again, it's not to take it personally, and
yeah,
each year I just try and shift. I shift with the way my soul's evolving. I shift the theme. What's your true nature? Become more fully yourself. And I feel that next year's theme might be like, what would love do now?
mm,
Or something like that, right? So, or what's what's the highest choice. So they're the two themes that are coming through me right now
Yeah, right. I
and
love that.
for next year.
It's so nice when you're setting something up in at the end of the
Yeah,
year
yeah.
and you've got your ideas for the next one
Yeah, so
coming
these
forward.
are coming through 12, 18 months sometimes before it unfolds.
Mm,
Yeah. And
mm,
and because we're, as I said, with the information, we're starting to apply that in our life. So I'm going to experience the life transformation over each year.
mm,
And each year I come back and I present. I'm more calmer. I've got greater poise. I'm clearer probably for the audience to understand. So
mm.
my skills are improving. I'm getting better at marketing and sales, believe it or not. I'm getting better, a little bit
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
But again, that's become more fully yourself. So
Yeah, because
these,
it's not
yeah,
something that like a lot of the people in the helping industry just don't know how to do this.
nah, there's
Because
my
we just want
weaknesses.
all we want to do is help.
Yeah,
But we don't want to market. We don't want to sell. We just want to help. And
yeah,
that's what we all need to do, listeners, is to know how to do those two things because at the end of the day, you have to market and sell to help.
yeah,
And we don't want to do that. I
yeah,
remember when I was just like, oh, I've got to get paid for this. Oh, fuck, what do I do now?
yeah.
And that's one of the biggest challenges. So, Dave, I
Mm,
really want to thank you for
mm,
jumping on Uncovered today
mm.
and sharing your magic with us. And we'll pop your event
Yeah,
in the show notes and to let people know where you are and how to find you to get help from you as well and as an
yeah.
individual. So really grateful to have you on
Mm.
Uncovered today and thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I've appreciated it as well. It's good to come in. I've met you a few times, but this is the most time we've spent together. So
Mm.
it's great getting to know each other. And yeah, I love walking the path with you. Like, wellness breakthroughs, um, empowering life transformations. That's uh, that's why we're aligned.
Exactly.
So thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
So thank you guys. So have a watch out for this beautiful event that David's hosting. He does them every year. So make sure you touch base with this man if you need any help. Thank you, Dave, for jumping on.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks so much for listening to our podcast. We'd love it if you could like and share it with your friends. Our website address is www.wellnessbreakthroughacademy.com. We also have all of the videos on YouTube under Wellness Breakthrough Academy as well. We also do small courses, live events. I have an amazing book called From Broken to Breakthrough. We'd love the opportunity to give you a hand to help you live your purpose, to find out what you're here for, to give you the direction. Our courses are amazing and we do everything really, really differently than what's happening in the world at the moment. So come and find out how we can help you break your limitations so you can live the life of your dreams. We'll chat soon.